Okay, so before I begin, let me clear the air. I do not work for Tesla. I don't like cars that much. I live in Amsterdam and I'm just cycling everywhere, so there's no propaganda here. Tesla was genuinely the best case study I could think of. So let's start. So fun fact, Tesla spends 0% of its budget on marketing and advertising. So you heard me right, 0.00000. Now you can compare this to other car makers like Fiat, which spends $664 on advertising per car sold, and Ford, which spends $468 per car sold, Toyota, which spends $454, and GM, which spends $394. I didn't even know that GM still existed, so I wonder where all that ad spend is going. So why exactly is Tesla the fastest growing and most valuable car brand in the market right now? What exactly is Elon Musk doing right that the other car makers have still not figured out? Because most of the times it doesn't even look like he knows what he's doing. For instance, that's him at the Met Gala acting like he was at the Brighton Cringe instead of Brighton Fringe. And that's his mom on his arm, by the way, who totally looks like Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. Anywho, the answer to what Tesla is doing right actually strikes at the core of what is wrong with traditional marketing and content generation, and how enormous budgets allocated to these departments are not a solution for any company that is looking to be successful. So you'll notice one key difference between the Tesla website and the website of all these other car makers. On second thoughts, I hope none of the people working for these companies are in the audience today. If you are, this is all in good fun. That's the Fiat website. This is the Ford website. It just asks you to learn more. Some are supercharged. GM, everybody in, see here, etc., etc. But I'm going to compare this to the Tesla website now. I'm going to take you through the workflow of it, so I made a video for it. The difference is that the first thing you see on the Tesla website is the button that leads you to their car configurator, which is essentially a quiz. Now, this button is the highlight of the entire page. Clicking on it guides you through a range of options. You can easily calculate your customized purchase price and potential savings. You can pick your own car color, wheels, interior. You then have the option of adding additional features like enhanced autopilot, and you have the ability to pick from different kinds of chargers. Then you have this button here that shows you your price and savings. Have we reached that button yet? Yes. And if you click on it, it interactively shows you how much it will cost you to buy the car for cash, to lease it, or to loan the car. Now look at the cool way in which the details are presented here. You can see how much money you will owe per month if you lease the car for a customized period of time. You can see how much money you will end up saving on gas in the long term using this calculator. And you can finally see how much money your state will give you in incentives if you buy a Tesla. So now the trick is that even if you didn't end up buying a Tesla after going through this car configurator quiz, because you probably realize that either it's too expensive, or you don't really need a car right now, or because you haven't received your inheritance yet, or whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter, because just in the act of making you go through the car configurator quiz, Tesla learned so much about you and the millions of others who took this quiz that it can use the data in extremely valuable ways. So in marketing, we call this first-party data. It is the data that you collect from your audience with their consent. Now, it is accurate, and it allows you to closely target these prospects. Static content like blogs, white papers, Instagram posts, reports, etc. cannot generate this data. The only way to harvest this data is through interactive content like this car configurator quiz or a calculator, a recommendation, polls, chatbots, etc. And I'm going to show you the kind of party you can have when your business is able to acquire first-party data like this. It's going to flash next, so it's just, that's the flashing image. Because here's the twist in the tail. Tesla spends $0 on marketing and advertising, but it spends $2,984 per car on research and development, that is to say R&D. Now, this is more than the amount Tesla's closest 3 competitors spend on R&D combined. So every time someone picks a certain option on the car configurator quiz, Tesla learns more about the kind of cars people actually want versus what they think they want to drive. Are more people looking for long range, or are they looking for performance? What is the customized budget cost that most people want to buy a car for? What colors do they prefer? Are they more interested in enhanced autopilot, or are they more interested in full self-driving capability? When it comes to leasing the car, what are the average lease terms, mileage, and down payment people are willing to pay? Now, they can use this data to improve their product, better their R&D, and to constantly update their supply chain and pricing to reflect what people want. And by doing this, they manage to stay on top of the market long term. So the one thing that Tesla gets right that all the other car makers don't is that we are living in the information age, and to corrupt the meaning of what living in this age means is to say, the more content you create, the more you advertise, the more you get in front of people's screens, the more likely they would be to keep you in their mind, and the more likely they are to buy your product or service. But that's not what it really means to be in the information age. And people are finally beginning to question this, because now AI softwares like ChatGPT can create content faster than any of us in this room here, or all of us in this room combined. So to really understand what it means to be in the information age, you can check out my interview with the co-founder of Wikipedia, which was the world's largest open source knowledge base until OpenAI swooped in. You can tune into the Technologist of the Month podcast on Spotify, and you can catch the episode there. But for now, the one key thing from that episode that I want to highlight here is that to constantly create content or advertise or market is not the same meaning as to inform. The word inform is at the root of the information age. To inform means to communicate real knowledge and not oceans of endless content. In fact, I absolutely despise the word content and content creator, as if we were living in a dystopia where the value of anything that is produced is judged simply by the fact that it is produced, rather than by its inherent quality, be it good, bad, enlightening, or otherwise. So no wonder, then, that all this content is the source of our discontent and doom scrolling and what have you. It's like measuring human creative output just as we measure GDP. So instead of gross domestic product, we have gross domestic content or discontent. So let's do an experiment here and pause the multitudinous waves of information being bombarded at you at this moment in time. And instead, I'm going to give you a minute to pause for a while now and read out what it really means to be in the information age. And now let's compare it to what Tesla has done on their website. Their car configurator, their gas savings calculator, as well as their state-wise incentives tool, the tax breaks tool, gives you valuable knowledge or information about how you can make real savings while at the same time contributing to environmental conservation and not sacrificing the quality of your purchase. And here's the other twist in the tail. These kinds of configurator quizzes and calculators can be made for any business and not just for the car industry. And if you look carefully, they're already everywhere around you. When you enter a McDonald's, the huge screen that they have where you build your own burger menus is essentially a burger configurator quiz that is helping making choosing easier for you and helping McDonald's collect first-party data at the same time. Similarly, Sephora uses these quizzes to help people pick makeup sets. One of the things we found out while we were making this quiz for one of the clients was that apparently the veins on your wrist determine the kind of foundation that goes on your face, and that's something you can put in the quiz. So on and so forth. And the next one is Disney, which uses these quizzes for HR, human resources, to help you pick a job on their website. And if you're a SaaS or software company like Dell and HubSpot, you can use them to help clients pick laptops or customize pricing plans, etc. If you're a conference organizer or in event management, then you can use interactive content like quizzes and calculators to help people pick which talks they should attend, which company they should invest in, how they can budget their expenses, etc. Okay, so the next logical question is, it's time for a shameless plug, where can you build these quizzes and calculators? You just need to head to our website, outgrow.co. It helps all kind of businesses and content creators to play at the same level as these big companies like Tesla, Sephora, etc., by letting you build interactive content like this, even if you don't know how to code. You can pick from 1,000 ready-made templates, and you can easily edit, customize, or improve on them in our drag-and-drop builder. You can then easily put them on your website, use them as ads, or embed them in up to 8 different types. The one on the Tesla website was a full-page embed, but you can also put this in your newsletter, as a pop-up, in your Instagram story, chatbot, greet bars. These possibilities are endless. And you can do this starting from $14 a month, so why not give Elon Musk a run for his money and try out Outgrow now? If you scan that Cruella de Vil code, you'll get a discount. Thank you.